Hello students, this is Miss Dalton, and in these videos we've broken the word problems into different types. So we're going to do some notes over each of the different types. So this first one's going to be over word problems that involve changing percents and then averages. This first example says Justin has purchased a basic silk screening kit for applying designs to fabric. The kit costs $200. He plans to buy t-shirts for $10 each, apply a design that he created for them, and then sell them. How many t-shirts would he have to sell to bring the average cost below $17.50? So something that I want you to remember is that when you have an average cost, right, you're going to take the cost, the total cost, and you're going to divide it by the number of items sold, and that's going to equal your average or your average cost. So in this particular example, it says that the kit costs $200, so that's a cost, just a flat cost. He's going to buy t-shirts for $10 each, so that's also going to be a cost that we're going to add on here, but it's $10 for every t-shirt that he sells. We're going to divide that by the number of t-shirts he sells, which is just T, and we want that average to be below $17.50. So we're going to just figure out when will it equal $17.50, and then basically every other t-shirt after that will get the cost below. Okay, so we're going to solve this. Now this is a fraction equal to a fraction. We can put this over 1, and then we can just cross multiply. All right, so we're going to first multiply this way, and that's going to just give you 200 plus 10t. And then we're going to multiply this way, and that's going to give us 1750t. So here's our equation, and now we just need to solve for t. Subtract 10t to the other side. That's going to give you 200 equals 750t. Divide by 750, and that comes out to be approximately, I believe it's 26 2/3, but obviously they're t-shirts, so we would want to round up. And so we would need to sell at least 27 t-shirts in order for our average cost to be that amount. Okay, this next example, I've put a formula up here. This is the general format that we're going to use, and this is going to come into play when you have percent problems, where we're trying to figure out what do I need to do to make it a certain percent. Okay, so in this particular example, it says Betty has successfully made 4 strikes out of the 9 balls she's thrown during bowling practice. How many consecutive strikes does she need to make to raise her strike percentage to 60%? And so something you need to think about is right now, she has bowled 4 out of 9 strikes. This represents her current success divided by the current attempts, because she's thrown the ball 9 times. Okay, now if we want to get that percentage to be 60%, now you can either put that as 0.60 or you can do 60 over 100, and that's what I'm going to do, just to not have to mess with a decimal. Well, we want to know how many consecutive strikes does she need to make after those that she's already made. However many strikes she makes, we're going to add that onto here. But see, that number is also going to get added onto the attempts, right? Because let's say you bowl 3 more strikes. Well, then you've thrown the ball 9 plus 3 times, 12 times. So you want to make sure that you add that X to both the numerator and the denominator, and that's where this comes from. A future excess and a future attempt. You're going to add those on there, and then you're going to set it equal to the desired percent. Okay, well, again, this is a fraction equal to a fraction, so we can cross multiply. So we're going to multiply this first, and that would give you 400 plus 100x. And then we're going to multiply this diagonal and set it equal to the other one. So we're going to multiply that, and that's going to give us 540 plus 60x. Okay, now you want to get your x's together, so let's subtract 60x. So that's going to give us 400 plus 40x equals 540. And then we're going to subtract 400, and that'll give us 40x equals, let's see, that's 140. And so then we're going to divide by 40. And so in order to get her percent up to 60%, she would have to bowl 3.5 consecutive strikes. Well, obviously you can't bowl half of a strike, so you want to round that up. So she's going to need to roll 4 consecutive strikes to get it up to 60%. All right, last example. It says Nora currently has earned 779 of 950 points in her ELA class this grading period. But there's still one more project she needs to finish for the grading period. How many points does she need to earn on the project to make her overall average in ELA 85%? And is it possible for her to earn the 85% if the project is worth 150 points? So we're going to add on the amount that she makes on the project to the numerator and the denominator, and we're going to try and solve for x. So go ahead and cross multiply. You're going to have 77,900 plus 100x equal to 80,750 plus 85x. If we get our x's together, you'll have 77,900 plus 15x equals 80,750. And then we're going to subtract this over to the other side. That's going to give you 15x equals 2,850. If I divide both sides by 15, it's going to give me 190. So this is what she would need to make on her ELA project in order to get an 85 in the class. Now, the second part of the question says, is it possible for her to earn the 85% if the project is only worth 150 points? Well, she needs 190 points. So no, it is not possible. All right, again, this is a certain type of problem, so the practice that you're going to work on from this is going to be these types of problems. Let me know if you have any questions.